Hello my friends, I hope you're doing super wonderful, and in today's video I'll show you how you can create this awesome animated travel slide in PowerPoint. And we have three beautiful clickable cards, so let's just click on this boat card and let's see what happens. And as you can see, the background photo becomes full screen. That's super awesome. We'll get a title and subtitle, and at the same time this 3D boat is swinging a little bit to the sides. That's beautiful. And now let's see what happens when we click on this card in the middle. So once again we get a beautiful full screen photo, we get a title and subtitle, and we get this animated yellow beautiful car. I'll show you how we can add some animations to those 3D models. And now let's check out the last card, and here we get an animated hot air balloon. That's beautiful. Once again, a nice background picture, a couple of text boxes, and this animated hot air balloon. Once again, I'll show you how we can animate those 3D models. Okay my friends, so this is what we're going to learn in today's tutorial. Let's go! Alright, so let's jump into PowerPoint, and before we continue, I just want to give some love and say huge thanks to all of you my dear friends, my friends on YouTube, my students on Skillshare and Udemy, and my supporters on Patreon. Because of every one of you I can keep on doing what I'm doing, creating the best PowerPoint tutorials that I can. And if you would like to join the One Skill PowerPoint family, all of the links are in the video description. Thank you so much, and let's keep on creating. Okay, so first of all, let's just check what we have on the slide. A couple of text boxes, okay. A photo that covers the whole slide. That's awesome. Link is in the video description, and the slide background itself is set to black fill color, okay. And by the way, you can find all of the links to these beautiful fonts and these beautiful photos in the video description. And now let's continue with creating this clickable card that you can see in the middle of this slide. Okay, and the first step is finding a beautiful photo that we could use for our card. Okay, so let's go to my computer and let's see what kind of photos I have. And I think this beautiful road in a desert will work just fine. Alright, and now let's just resize this photo while holding down the Ctrl-Shift keys. This way we can resize from the center. And next, let's go to crop options, and let's crop this photo to this rounded rectangle shape. And now we can grab one of those black handles on the side, and let's make this card a little bit more narrow, just like that. And once we're happy, let's just click on crop to finalize. And as well, you can use that little yellow bubble to adjust the roundness of your card, okay? Looking beautiful. And you can always click on the crop button again and adjust how your photo looks inside the crop area, okay? And next, let's insert this little yellow car, and to do that, we'll have to use 3D models provided by PowerPoint. And before that, let me just adjust this photo a little bit, okay? So let's go to Insert, let's go to 3D Models, and let's go to Stock 3D Models. And we can go to Vehicles category, and here we should find this little yellow car. Okay, let's click Insert. And now you can use this handle in the middle and rotate your 3D model and adjust it so that it looks the way you want it to look, okay? And now for the next step, let's just duplicate this slide. Let's go to the slide list, and we can right click and choose duplicate, or just hit Ctrl-D to duplicate, okay? So now let's make sure that we are on the duplicate slide, okay? And now let's just select our text boxes and let's make them a lot smaller, just like that. And let's move them away from the slide window. Later on we'll add Morph Transition, and it will help us to animate these titles. Those titles will basically shrink and go away just like that. And now let's make sure that we're still on the duplicate slide. Let's grab that little photo and let's increase its size. Now we'll have to make sure that this beautiful desert photo covers the whole slide. And to do that, we'll have to jump into the crop options, and let's use those black bars. And let's adjust the width of this photo so that we can pretty much see the whole photo. Let's just make sure that we keep those corners rounded, just like that. And if your photo doesn't cover the whole slide, don't worry, let's just grab one of those corners, hold down the Ctrl-Shift key and drag until it covers the whole slide, just like that. Alright my friends, you're doing super wonderful, and now let's adjust how our little yellow car looks. We can use that handle in the middle of 3D model and adjust the rotation so that it looks a little bit more realistic, okay? And now a super important step, let's make sure that we select both of the slides that we have created so far, and let's add a Morph Transition to both of these slides, duration 2 seconds. And now the Morph Transition should do all of the animation magic. We should nicely and smoothly transition from this slide to the next one. So let's check it out, let's click once, and skadoosh my friends, the car is rotating, the background picture is increasing, and at the same time those two text boxes at the top are flying away. That's super duper awesome. Alright, and now let's try making this car a little bit more realistic by adding a shadow below the car. And to do that, let's just go to Insert Shapes, and let's use a shape called trapezoid. Okay, let's select it, and let's just drag a trapezoid, okay? Let's fill this trapezoid with black color. We can roughly adjust the size of this trapezoid. We can use this yellow handle at the top, okay? And I think this looks pretty much okay. And we can go to shape effects and let's use this soft edges effect. And let's use around 40 points to make this shadow fuzzy. And I think it's looking good, okay? And by the way, let's make sure that we paste this shadow to the previous slide as well, so that Morph Transition works the way it should work. Let's just make sure that we move the shadow below the car, okay? And let's check it out on the full screen, okay? So let's just click once, and as you can see, the shadow is appearing on our next slide. And of course, if you wish, you can add some fill transparency to make that shadow a little bit more subtle, okay? And now let's continue with some text boxes. Let me just copy these two guys from my previously created slide. Let's copy those text boxes and let's paste them right here into our desert slide, okay? You can adjust the position the way you want. And now let's copy these two text boxes once again, and now let's paste them into this slide as well. And here we'll have to reduce the font size of these two guys, and we'll have to make them transparent by using the text transparency slider, okay? So for now, let's just make these two text boxes small and let's position them somewhere in the middle of this little card, okay? That's beautiful. Now let's select both of these guys and let's go to text options, let's go to fill, and let's set the transparency of the fill to 100%, so that on this slide these two text boxes are invisible and they appear only on the second slide thanks to Morph Transition. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so let's check it out on the full screen. And now let's just click once and let's see what happens. And as you can see, once we're transitioning to the next slide, these two text boxes are appearing from those mountains in the distance. That's a beautiful effect. Okay, my friends, and one more fun thing that we can do to this yellow car, we can add a spin animation to this yellow car. So let's make sure it's selected. Let's go to animations and let's add a spin animation, okay? We'll create a little shaking effect as if this car is turned on, okay? Let's make sure it starts with previous, duration very short, 0.05 seconds. And now let's jump into the animation settings and let's set the angle of spin. Let's use just 1%, okay, very small as well. Let's check auto reverse and let's make sure that this animation is repeating until the end of slide. Alright, so this car should be trembling until we go to the next slide. Okay, so let's check it out, and as you can see, this car is turned on and ready to go. That's beautiful. And by the way, if you'd like to make your slides interactive, you could use hyperlinks. So let's just select this little yellow car. Let's hit Ctrl K to add a hyperlink. And let's choose our second slide that we have created. Let's click OK. Now let's go to the second slide. Let's select this model, hit Ctrl K, and let's link it to the previous slide, okay? And additionally, we can jump into the slideshow options and make sure that this presentation is browsed in kiosk mode, which basically disables all of the mouse clicks, all of the keyboard clicks, and all you can do is navigate by clicking on your hyperlinks. So let's just check it out. Now I'm just clicking around on this slide and nothing happens, and if I try to use my arrow keys, nothing happens as well. And once I click on this little yellow car, we transition to the next slide because we have assigned a hyperlink to this car. And once we click again, as you can see, we can come back because we have assigned a hyperlink to that second car as well. That's the magic, my friends, that's the magic. And in the same way, you can create as many clickable cars as you wish with as many animated 3D models as you want. So that's all for this tutorial. Congratulations, my friends. Now you know how you can create this animated, beautiful travel slide in PowerPoint. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe so that you don't miss my future videos. Thank you for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.